Three, two, one, ready?
Yes. Hello again. This is Al, the Doodah Man, the God, the Hardy Christian, the Penny Guy. I'm all these things. But one of the things I want to tell you is I'm OCD. And what I mean by that is I'm a fanatic about dirt, about food, about everything. Cleaning. I've washed a pan 10 times in a row because it didn't get clean. And I attribute that to being OCD. And I'm not ashamed. You know, I think it's almost a good characteristic for those of us that are. You know, I know people look down on people that have OCD or other types of characteristics, disorders, whatever you want to call it. I don't consider it a hindrance. I consider it a positive thing, not just for God, but for cleaning, for cooking, everything. I don't like dirty dishes. I haven't put away the dinner yet, but I'm working on it. And then I'll clean the table, and then I'll clean the floor. I'm just saying, I'm a fanatic about it. I don't, including pennies. Look, here, close in on this stuff right here. Look, I want to show you, I'm not only the penny guy, I get boxes of pennies. These are boxes of pennies from the bank, $25. There's 50 rolls in a box. And I find different things. Look, I found all these 40s, as an example, and 30s. I found two 30s, and the other regular pennies I put back in a box, like Jack in a box. And I do rolls of pennies, like this. Look at this, like this. I do rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls because I'm obsessed. And in those rolls, I find everything. Look at this. I got a whole roll of 50s. I got 43s. I found these in rolls. And I bought some online, both things. These are all pennies that I collected. Look at this. This is 60s, all kinds of things in here that are BU. And I've gotten all these. Look at this. This is all Canadian pennies, 2 rolls. Then I don't even know what I got. Look, this is, the Lincolns. Not only do I have a whole roll of Lincolns, more than a roll, I'm starting a new thing. Look, there's too many in here. So I'm putting them in this one. So I got more than a roll. I want to take another one now. Dun, dun, dun. This is what I get for collecting pennies. Now I also got, I'm just going to show you. Look, these are 2023 pennies that are all in BU. And the rare ones, I think, are what? 2023 Ds, right?
Yeah.
Which we haven't even looked to see if I got any of those. I got something else. Look, these are more Lincolns. So I got Lincolns.
Yeah. Why don't you talk to people who don't understand, like, what is it like to live with OCD?
So one of the things is I turned into a multitasker. And I do numerous things every day. Every day. And I got kidney disease. And I not only got kidney disease, I'm close to being on dialysis. Because when you get down to 15, you're on dialysis. This is what they told me with kidney disease. I'm at 17 right now. But when I get to 15, I'm going to be either you need a transplant, dialysis, or cardiovascular death, because you can't live without your kidneys. So however many people are out there, I feel for you if you got kidney disease. I've been talking to a couple people about it. And, it's not a good thing. I'm trying to give it to God for more than a year. I've been asking God to take it away. You know what he does? He gives us free will. And we bring all these things on ourselves, from the food we eat, what we do, the drugs we take, alcohol, diabetes. I mean, it's all kinds of things. Whether you get cancer or some other disorder or whatever it is, you can not only live with it, you can thrive. And what I mean by that is I'm collecting pennies. We just got married not long ago, April 10th, and I'm in love with the girl I can't live without. Say hello.
Hi.
Yeah. And I'm in love with her, even though I got kidney disease. I didn't even think I'd have a girlfriend. And I'm married. And I'm in love. And I just want to help her. I just want to spend the time with her and do whatever we can do. And I went from I'm going to tell this too. I went from making $600 a week working to getting $760 a month, which is really hard to live on, isn't it?
You get used to living on a fixed income.
But I'm saying, isn't that hard to live on?
Yeah.
Haven't you helped me?
I've been on disability since I was in my 20s and working part-time. You get used to it.
I'm not, and it's not something I want to get used to, you know what I'm saying? But we're trying to survive. Listen to how we got to survive. I get $281 a month from food stamps and get $760 from, the government for 56%, because I didn't wait to retire at 70. I retired at 62 for 56%. And when I retired, I only was getting $699. And I got into a place that I only had to pay 30% of my income. And my income, $218 a month, including utilities. What do you think about that? You know what? It's not supposed to be that. You know what it's supposed to be? I'm going to show you how you figure this out. Watch this. So 760 times 3, really.
It's 30% of your gross income.
18, remember the one is $228 a month, not $218. So they screwed up.
Hey, it's the government. What do you want?
Well, I'm just saying. So, and this month I need to give them $232 because they forgot to charge me $14 when I moved in.
And still living in government housing, it's a whole lot easier than a regular apartment. You could be paying like $600-$800.
I couldn't rent a place for $218 and they pay utilities. Both things.
And when
I was looking when I was homeless, I was looking at paying about $600 a month. But I should, and I'm gonna tell her, because I'm trying to do what God wants me to do. And that means always telling the truth. And when you know something's not right, you need to tell them what the truth is. So 760 is $228 a month. So they've been shorting themselves. But I'm going to let them know, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to pay $228. And my wife is trying to get in here, and we're going to have to pay 30% of her income. I'm just saying that, we're doing whatever we can to survive.
And when you live on a fixed income, especially disability, it's very hard it really limits where you could live. It's like you can government housing, a renter room, or if you could find a private landlord, if you work part-time,
Listen, it's not easy to survive when you're not making much money.
Right, it's like you're almost forced to get a roommate or move with a friend, but that's why I'm trying to finish college, trying to better my life, but it's just...
And I'm trying to do whatever I can to help her, because that's where we are. And we not only want to help each other, we want to help other people out there that are struggling. I can help you save money, like going to Aldi's or Save a Lot. Those are the two best stores to shop in. Not Sam's, not Giant Eagle, not the other stores. It's Aldi's. And let me give you a couple of things, proof that it's better than other stores. So, as an example, okay, can I show them the bag?
You can.
Okay, like they have the best bags you've ever seen in your life. Not only are they rainproof that I used when I was homeless, but they'll keep your ice cream cold down to 0. And they're the cheapest bags you can get out there. I think they were $1.98 at Save a Lot, but they're only 99 cents at Aldi's. And Aldi's is one, I want to tell you a couple things about Aldi's. Aldi's is one of the companies that where you got to bring a quarter to use their carts. And some people, if you really don't have money, you could go to all the Aldi's, wherever they are, and you could collect carts and get a quarter for each cart that you collect. And the way that you would collect them, I did this. You ask the people, can I help you put it in your vehicle? So you're actually earning the money. You're not just getting the money. Some people will give it to you for free. They'll give you the cart. But some people, they want a quarter for it. So if you bring a quarter, you're guaranteed to get a cart. And sometimes you can just help people. I was helping people not expecting anything. Because that's how I grew up. I used to carry bundles on the bus for my mom in the 70s and in the 80s, both decades. And I'm just saying that you can make money. I'm going to show you a couple other things that you can do that you could make money. Imagine that. One of the things is recycling. The easiest thing to recycle is metal. And all over the country, there are metal companies that collect it. And you can collect it even if you don't have a vehicle. If you have a cart or some way to get a wheelbarrow, you can use other things, a dolly. You can use other forms of carrying stuff. You could carry it on your back in a backpack. And here's I want to give you a couple things. You can find out how much each place pays you for metal, for copper, for aluminum, for wire. If I was going to recommend anything to anybody, it would be collect wire. And there's 3 grades of wire. I'm going to teach the audience about this, including all the scrappers out there. You know this, but you're not taking advantage of it. When I was in Memphis, I learned this. What you can do, this is what you can do. I'm not able to do it now. You can look up in the phone book or on your phone the wire companies. This is one of the ways I was going to make money. I was going to call the wire companies and see if they have a return pile. And if they have a return pile, I offered them 50%. And I'll do all the work. I'll transport the wire. I'll get the money, show them the receipt, and get half the money for the pile. They get half the money because they provided the wire. Now, you can not only do this with wire, You can go to an aluminum company, you can go to a copper company, and you can ask them, do you recycle your parts that you don't use? I don't care if it's metal, copper, brass, aluminum. You can do it for any type of non-fit. Those are stainless steel for anything that's non-metallic. How about that? Take any product that you want out of the list. Wire, aluminum, brass, stainless, copper, platinum. You get that in, and this is how they came about from criminals, because it's in your exhaust, it's in your muffler, it's in the old mufflers. If you got an old car, if you got a car lot, a junkyard, you can take all the platinum that's in the exhaust, that's in the car, and get it out of there. Not only can you, listen to this, you can take your old car that's in the garage or in a yard somewhere, in a ditch, and you can take parts of it apart. Not only the platinum from the muffler, you can take the battery out, you can take the radiator out, you can take the wire that's off of there and clip. You know how they have wire going to your valves? You can use those. You can take that off of there. There's other things on your vehicle that are aluminum, copper, and you can take them apart. You'd have to take your car apart. You can do the same thing with air conditioners. You can take the air conditioner and you can sell the whole air conditioner. I used to call them Big Berthas. And I'd get people to donate them to me. And I got hurt. I had a Dodge truck and I was loading up the air conditioners. And I was carrying that 200-pound, I don't even know how much it weighed, onto the truck, and I slipped. And it blew up my leg. Look, you can see the remnant from it. It blew up like a balloon. I couldn't even walk for 6 weeks. It blew up like a football. You know what I'm saying? So you can do those things. You can, wherever you are, I don't care where you are in the world, anywhere in the world you can do this. You can collect whatever is there in a garbage pile. I was going in dumpsters. You can be a dumpster diver. I was a dumpster diver, not a stealer. And I would ask permission from whoever has that dumpster. Can I get the metal and wire and aluminum out of your dumpster? And 99 times out of 100, they're going to let you in their dumpster that they've been throwing stuff away. Now, I got another thing I want to tell you about that you can make money. If you have a vehicle, you can go around on garbage day to better neighborhoods, drive the neighborhoods, and you'll find furniture, all kinds of furniture, you know, whether it's a desk, sometimes you'll find a refrigerator, a washer, a dryer, all kinds of things. I found radiators. I found all kinds of things. I found aluminum parts in people's garbage. Look in their garbage. Look in the dump. Look anywhere that people throw stuff away. Another thing you can do, what I used to do, I used to collect bottles. And I would collect people, they used to give them in glass. Coke still does it. You could collect, but I was collecting them, listen to this, from milk. Milk used to be in containers that were collectible things.
Yeah, those are worth money.
Those are worth money. But I'm saying, so you could collect these things like American Pickers. I promote them. They're going around and they're turning people's junk in their closet to money that they sell. They know what it's worth. People don't think it's worth anything. It's in your attic, it's in your basement. Someone else left it to you. There's all kinds of things. You know, that's how flippers make money. Listen, I'm going to talk to you about real estate. Even though I've never owned a piece of property, you can make money. There's people that got $1,000, $5,000, whatever you got, and you can buy a piece of property. You can get the cheapest price. Listen to this. Some cities that you live in, they'll give you a house for $1. They already own the house. They don't want it anymore. You have to ask them, do you have any property? There's the line right here, right? Do you have any property that I could buy from you? And you might only have $5, depending on where you live. But I'm saying that you might get a piece of property, and this is what you could do. Listen to this. You could take that property and you could let people live there. Now, depending on where you live, there's a code. You have to follow whatever the county, city limits are. Like there are people right now, it's not legal, but there are 20 people in a house kind of thing because they come from a country that doesn't help them.
You subletting?
They're not even subletting. Listen to what they're doing. What they're doing is they're pooling their money. Like when I went to Good Neighbors, like Good Neighbors is where we got the food. Uh-oh. Look. This is the kind of food that they got.
Oh, we forgot. I didn't know the pie was cooking. Uh-oh.
I want to show you that this is the kind of food we got from Good Neighbors.
Oh, I hope it didn't burn.
It didn't burn. Look, we got this kind of pie. We got this kind of pie. And I want to serve it with ice cream. I'm just saying, I'm turning the stove
Hell no.
off.
On what properties were you referring to? Foreclosure properties?
So not just foreclosure properties. If you have more money, you can do foreclosure properties, but you're going to need, listen to this, you're going to need between $5,000 and $15,000 even to get involved with those. You can't do it. Like if you're in a country where you might only make $2 an hour, Mexico to Honduras, different parts of the world, they're not making money. You know what I'm saying? So the other things that, listen, I'm thinking about other things. This is what you could do. If you're in a country that has fruit trees, whether it's oranges, watermelon, cantaloupe, peaches, plums, oranges, those kind of apples, those kinds of fruits, even if it's your neighbors, you could ask your neighbor, can I pick some apples? My suggestion 1,000% of the time is to ask permission instead of forgiveness. Because there will be people out there that just steal the stuff. And that's not what God wants. God wants us to be a win-win situation and help anyone we can. So the biggest thing, if you get an idea from what I'm saying and you can make money from it, here's my advice. Pay it forward. Help somebody that's less fortunate than you. And when you can help somebody that's less fortunate than you, you're doing God's work.
Yeah, just to clarify, the properties for $1 or $5, you're talking about fixer-upper properties?
Yeah, these are companies from the city, the county, the state, wherever you are. You could be in Poland. You can be anywhere in the world. And Russia, I don't care where you are, China, you can be anywhere in the world, and you can ask the government, you can ask the state, you can ask the city, you can ask people. You can go on the internet, and there are millionaires, billionaires that are putting up their money to help the people that can't help themselves. So as an example, you can write your situation to the internet and get them to help you. You might not have a penny to your name and you can still make money or get money. You know, the world is not a nice place.
I know some
people listen, society does not want to help you, but the government or the city might, because they have all kinds of properties. Listen to this. In tax rolls, listen to this. If you own a house, I don't care where you live, you pay taxes. You pay taxes, and if you don't pay taxes, they'll take your property. And they own millions and millions of homes, businesses. You can buy a business. You know, they might have, and what you got to pay, listen to how much you got to pay. You got to pay whatever the back taxes are for that property. It could be as little as $100. It could be as much as 100 million, depending on the kind of property business that it is. So you can anywhere in that range, depending on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to buy a house, if you're trying to get a business, I want to talk about one more thing. So there's other ways for people that have some money. And when I mean some money, you might have $50,000, $80,000. You have a nest egg. You worked for 40 years. You got money in the bank, right? There are liquidation companies that go online. Like I almost bought, as an example, a guy had a warehouse and he was asking $1 million for his stuff. And I could only raise $30,000. But I think I would have been able to get it if I would have had $50,000 or $60,000. He had like $3 or $4 million worth of stuff. And they're trying to get rid of it. They inherited it, and they're trying to get the most that they can get. So if you have a nest egg of some kind, you can do that. You can go and you can look online under liquidations. That's what I did. And there's different stuff. You can buy $10,000 worth of stuff for $3,000 as an example, or you can buy millions of dollars worth of stuff if you got 80 grand or 100 grand, or if you got some kind of nest egg. That's what I'm going to say. And
I know sometimes private landlords will sell like properties dirt cheap, but you gotta you only have so much time to bring them up to code too.
Okay, wait, I want to, it's called sweat equity.
That's what
it's called? If you're willing to do the work, you can get a property. If you're a carpenter, a bricklayer, a painter, a roofer, any of those kinds of guys, other kinds of guys, like I bought, listen to this, I bought aluminum and copper from a guy who, you know what he does? He dismantles Kroger's when they're defunct.
The grocery store?
The grocery store. And he had a whole pile, high as that refrigerator, of aluminum and copper. And he wanted, because it took him 3 days to dismantle it. Now, I did that before, listen to this, from a church. And I had to borrow a Sawzall, and I cut their old piping down. And I made more than $1,000 from it.
Wow.
Because I talked to the person, the father in charge of they were doing a rehab to it. They were getting new air conditioners, that kind of thing. So when they're getting new construction, they're getting rid of their old stuff. And when they're getting rid of their old stuff, they'll give it to you for pennies on the dollar, or they'll give it to you to cart it away. Whether it's metal, aluminum, wood, you can do paper. You can collect paper. Listen to this. You can collect pallets of paper And you can turn them in for, I think, $50 or something. It was less than metal. I'm just saying. But you could do that. You can collect cardboard. That's what it was, cardboard. So you could collect cardboard, you can collect metal, non-ferrous stuff, whatever you collect, and or you can be some kind of worker, an electrician, a plumber. I mean, all these types of guys can be making money. You know, the Rocky. I remember Rocky Ellison is his name. Rocky, here's a shout out to you. You used to give me brass and your hot water tanks. He's a handyman, and he would be doing hot water tanks. He'd be doing electrical jobs. He's a real good worker. I appreciate all your help, Rocky. I hope you're doing well.
Let's try to wind it down. We're at 30 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to hang up now, but I hope I helped a lot of people, and someone can help us find a vehicle that works in the Akron area. If there are any rich people that have a vehicle that they could donate or sell to us cheap, call me, write me. Call me, text me, 330-801-8580. And my name's Al. So text us if you can give us, donate a car, sell us it cheap, whatever we can do. Thank you for listening, the internet. Bye. Hang up.